Hey guys, rbx.lua here with another description tutorial. Today we're going to do something pretty cool. I'm sure you guys are going to like this one. I'm going to teach you how to use animations, and then after that I'm going to teach you how to make a sword using all the scripting things that I've already taught you. So let's go ahead and open up Roblox Studio. And as you can see, I've already made a model of myself, so I can give you an example of how to use the animations. So the first thing you're going to probably want to do is to get a model of yourself. To do that, go to play mode. Okay, go into the workspace. Go over to your player. Open it up, and then select everything inside of your player. And then right-click on it, and then click on copy. And then click on the stop button up here to get out of play mode. And then right-click on workspace and click on paste into. And then up here in the toolbar, click on group. As you can see, I just made my second model. That's how you get them all of yourself. Make sure you do that. And then what you're going to want to do so now what I want to do is I want to teach you how to animate non-player characters. So to do that, what you need to do, click on the model, go into advanced objects, and then insert an animation controller. It should look like that. So double click on it and insert it right here, and then you're going to want to insert actual animation. Then you're going to want to insert an animation. Okay, so click on the model and then double click on animation, and then in here on the properties and animation ID, you want to give it the animation that you're going to play. I'm going to use sword swing animation. I already have the animation ID right here. I will paste this into the description so that you guys can use it. So this is what I'm going to do. I'm going to name it sword swing. So you probably want to do that too. So since we're going to animate a non-player character, which basically means it is not it's a character that's not from a player, we're going to need to put an animation controller inside of it. And then what we need to do is we're going to insert a script. Let's put it inside of the animation controller. Oh wait, hold on. Let me make the font a bit bigger for you guys. Scroll down. I'll try 18. Yeah. No, that's too. Wait. Let's make it a bit bigger. Let's try 20. Oh yeah, that's good. Okay, so what we need to do is let's make a variable called animation equals script.parent, which is the animation controller. Then we need to load an animation into it. So to do that, we just do load animation. Now we need to reference the animation we're loading, which is going to be script parent.parent.sword swing, which, as I already showed you right here, is this animation. So now we have the anim actually, so we can keep on the one line. So now we have this animation loaded into the character. So now all we have to do to play the animation is type in anim play. So let's press the run button, and see, you play the animation. Let's activate the script again so you can see it a bit better. Go to animation controller. Yeah, there we go. See, sword swing animation a bunch of times. So that is the correct way to animate a character that is not a player. So now I'm going to teach you guys how to animate a player character. So it's pretty much the same thing, except we don't use animation controllers. Let's get rid of the animation controller, and we're going to cut this and put it into the starter pack. We're going to use a local script for this one. I'm going to delete that character. I mean. Okay, so let's get a local script. Now, let's make it wait 5 seconds as time for the character to load. So then we're going to do character equals game.players.load local player dot character. So now what we need to do, oh wait, we're gonna do dot humanoid. Okay, so to play an animation for a player character, we need to load the animation into their humanoid. So to do that, we need to reference the humanoid first, which we're gonna make. Actually, we should probably name this to human, make more sense. Oops. Human. Okay, so we reference the humanoid, which we need to load the animation. So to do that, to load the animation, we're gonna make a variable called animation equals human load animation. Then type in the animation we're loading, which is script.parent.swordswing. So it's very simple to load it. And then to play it, do the same thing. You type in the animation that has been loaded, which in this case is animation, and then we do play. Let's go ahead and test that out. Alright, so there we go. See, it played the animation just like we wanted it to. So that is how you do animations. It's very simple, easy to do. And you can also create your own animations. To do that, you go to plugins, you go to manage plugins, then you click on the find plugins button up here. And then once you get here, you can search in the animation that you want. What you want is the animation editor that is made by Roblox. Is the correct one to get. You click on it. And then what you do is you click on the download button or the install button right here. I won't do it right now because I already have it, and turns out there's new versions, so I will update that later. Not now because I know you guys won't want to wait. So I will get exit out of that. So now we're going to make this sword. So let's explain what the sword will be able to do. What we'll do is that it's going to be a tool. It's going to look like a sword. It is going to make it's going to have an animation, and it needs to be able to do damage to NPCs or players. So first, what we need to do, we're going to make the actual sword model. So since I'm not to make this simple, so I won't have to do much welding or anything, we're going to get a part, just a normal part, and then we're going to insert, and then we're going to go here and we're going to type in sword. So we want to get this a linked sword, I believe, or the sword that looks like that. That's the kind we're looking for. So we get that. Open it up in the workspace. Go to the thing that says handle, and then copy the thing that says mesh, and then cut, and just delete that one. Then click on the part we just inserted, and then paste that mesh inside of the part. And then it should look exactly like that sword just did. The reason why I did this is because in Roblox there are these things called special meshes, and these meshes will make the brick look like the mesh, I guess, that this mesh ID is referencing to. So hard to explain, but it's just going to make it look like the thing that you described in the mesh ID right here. So we're going to do it like that. Resize it so it's as much to the actual size of this sword as you possibly can get it. Oops. Like that. I want it to be as accurate as possible, so that way you can detect touch the best way. Alright, so we got that. We got the sword. We got it so the sword will look like an actual sword. So what we're going to do is we need to name this part handle, so that way the tool will know what part to attach to the hand. So we got the sword to look like a sword. So we're going to insert a tool into the workspace. So let's go to type in tool in the various objects, double click on it, and then drag this handle and then drop it inside the tool. And we're going to name this sword. Okay, so we got that. And so how about we get a texture ID in here? Alright, let's go to toolbox, let's go to decals, and then just type in sword. Actually, just type in linked sword to get the way we want. Sword. There we go. Perfect. Perfect animation. Animation. Decal. So what you're gonna do? We inserted it into the base plate. So what you do to click on the decal in the workspace, down to properties, you go to texture, click on this ID right here, and then right click on it and then copy. Then just delete this decal right here. And click on the sword, and in the properties, go to texture ID, and then we're gonna click on paste. Press enter, and now we have the texture ID configured. So let's put this in the starter pack, and let's see what we got so far. Alright, so as you can see, because we entered a texture ID down here in that box, it shows that cool little image of the sword. So that makes it look a bit cooler. And so as you can see, this sword does not look quite right. It's going right through my arm. So we're going to manipulate the way it looks. We're going to manipulate how it's placed in the hand. So that we're going to go into workspace, into the player, click on the sword, and then we're going to start messing with these properties right here. Alright, so I'm going to configure all this, and I will be back in a minute. Okay guys, so I'm back, and I got the sword to be held correctly. To do so, in the sword thing right here, under appearance, you gotta do all of these like commands and stuff. I'll zoom in on it for you. So that's what you have to type in to get it to work for each thing. You guys can pause it here if you want, so you can see the recordings and enter them into the thing. So you're just going to do that. Alright, so we got that. So now what you want to do is you want to cut this, or click on stop, and we're going to delete the one in there and paste it with one in there. So now this thing will have all the coordinates and stuff. It'll be held correctly. So we got the appearance and all that down. So now what we want to do is we want to make it do damage and stuff and have the animation and stuff in there. So I will be right back. I accidentally deleted that animation, so I'll be back in 1 second, guys. Okay guys, I'm back, and I got that animation in there. So once you get the animation, we're gonna name it sword swing. So make sure you enter the animation ID in there, which I will post it into the description for you guys, so you can put it in there. So we got the animation in there. So now what we're going to do is we're going to insert a local script. Oops. So type in local script in the advanced object, double click on it, and then it should be in here. So what we need to do is we need to get the player's character. We also need to get the player, I think. So we're going to do player equals game dot players dot local player, and then character equals equals player character. Should I put a weight in here? Wait, no, actually. Okay, so that's what we're gonna do to make this most accurate as we can. We're gonna do this thing called repeat. We're gonna do a repeat function. Alright, so what it does is that let's do this. To repeat rate 0.01 until player character. So it's probably pretty easy to understand. What it does is when you do the repeat until command or function, what it does when it sees this, it will repeat the next line of code, which is right here, which is weight 0.001. It'll keep repeating this line of code until player.character exists. So it's pretty easy. It's kind of like an if statement, except a repetitive one. So this will keep repeating this wait command until the player's character exists. So that's what we're gonna do. So, character. So I got that, and then since this thing knows that, since we know that character exists, because it will not move on to the next line of code until the character does exist. We're going to do character equals player dot character. Okay? So now what we need to do is we need to load the animation into the humanoid. So we're going to do animation equals character dot humanoid load animation. And it's going to be script dot parent dot sword swing. So now what we need to do is we need to make this sword swing, like we need to make the player swing their sword when you activate the tool. So like I described before, you do the dot activated event. So what you do is we do script dot parent dot activated connect function. Oh wait, hold on. You turn on auto indenting. Alright, there it is, auto indent. Okay, there you go. Alright, so script dot parent dot activated connect function. You don't need any parameters. So what we're going to do is actually need to make another variable. It's going to be called can swing, which is equal true. This would be like kind of like a debounce sort of. So the reason we need to do that is that way we need to make it so while the sword is swinging, it won't let you swing it again until the animation is finished. So we're gonna do if can swing equals true, then let's play the animation play. Okay, so I don't know how long the animation is, so let's do play real quick so we can I'll count how long it is. So 1, 2, just about 1.5 seconds. 1.8 I'd say. So we're gonna do can swing equals false, so they can't swing it again. We're gonna do wait 1.7 just to be safe, and then can swing equals true. Okay, so what this is going to do, this stuff is going to activate when you click the left mouse button. So that's going to make can swing, and then what it's going to do is going to check if can swing equals true, which by default it does. If it's true, then can swing is going to equal false, so you can't swing it again. It's going to play the animation, then it's going to wait 1.7 seconds, which is roughly how long the animation is, and then it's going to make can swing equal true. The reason we do this is that way you can't play the animation like 5 times without swinging. Okay, so we're going to test this out here. We're pressing play. So let's equip the sword, and then I'm clicking a bunch of times, but it's not letting me swing again. Let's wait until the animation is finished, because that debounce that we did. So we got that down, but now we want it to do damage. Alright, so we're actually going to we're not going to need this load script anymore. We're going to go into the handle, which is the sword. We're going to insert a regular script into it. So then what we're going to do, let's wait 2 seconds so we can have time to load everything. Then it's going to start an event listener. So what we're going to do is script.parent.touched connect function. Wait, no. Yeah. Connect touched. We're going to make a parameter called part. Like that. Okay, so first I'm going to clarify something real quick. You could do the same thing in the local script. It's smart to split things up into separate scripts. It'd also be more efficient using a server script for this. So what it's going to do is it's going to wait, and this is listening for the .touched event, which means it's going to, when this part is touched, it's going to connect to a function. So what we're going to do is it's going to look for a humanoid. So local human equals part.parent find first child humanoid. If human, then if human dot parent dot name does not equal script dot parent dot parent dot parent dot name, which should be parent. Okay, so what it's doing now, it's the script is looking for a human inside the thing that we touched. It's checking if the human is there, and then it's gonna check if the human parent.name does not equal. That's what this thing is doing. That's just basically meaning does not equal. It's looking for the name. So basically, it's saying if the part that it touched is not the player is not you, then it's gonna move on to the next function. This is just in case maybe it glitches and it'll damage you. So this is just making sure that it's not gonna be damaging you. All right. So then we're gonna do human. Oops, well. So we're gonna do human. And we're gonna do command take damage. And we're gonna do the amount of damage that we want. I think we should do 20, I guess. We should also add in a debounce because Roblox's physics, it'll say like sometimes it'll think that how do I say this? It'll, like when it says touch, to us it looks like one touch, but to Roblox it'll think it touched it maybe 10 times, thus killing them in like one hit, which usually you don't want to do. So we're gonna make a function called can damage equals true. Alright. So after this we're gonna do no, we're not gonna do that. We're gonna do here, less, and we're gonna just make it simple. And we're gonna do and can damage equals true, then can damage equals false. Then we're gonna make it wait as long as the animation playing is, which is 1.7 seconds. So we're gonna make it wait 1.7, and we're gonna make can damage equal true. So I believe that should work. To test it out, let's go into toolbox, go into models, then let's get a noob. Let's get that one. Wait for it to load. Alright, we got that. Something happened. Let's not do that one. Looks like a virus to me. Also, when you do free models, you want to make sure there's not a virus in it. You know, let's just get a model of me. It'll be much quicker. Let's just make sure all the swinging stuff works. Alright, I just got that. Oh, stupid. Need to go back in there. I need to copy my player. Go inside there and then copy, stop, and then paste group. Oops. Need that. There. Okay, so we got that, and there's unlock him, so I can move him around. Alright, let's try it out. Press play. Alright, let's get out the sword. Alright, so it'll swing. And now let's do damage. So let's touch him. It's not doing any damage. Let's do damage in it. That's all we want. Okay, so it did that. But the thing is, it's doing damage when I'm not even swinging it, which we don't want. So let's make this thing. Let's make a bool value in the sword. So to make one, let's go into Advanced Objects and then type in bool. And you should get this thing called a bool value. Double click it, and it should be in here, and it's called value. Let's name it swinging. All right. As you see in here, it says value. It says check mark. So let's explain what a bool value is. A bool value is a true or false value. So it's pretty easy to define and stuff. So what we want to do, let's see here. Okay, so we want to make sure that this sword is actually. We want to make sure the sword is actually swinging before it'll do damage. So after we do and can damage equals equal true, we're also going to do and script dot parent dot parent dot swinging dot value true. Okay, then we got that down. So now we got to go back into the local script, and we're gonna do script dot parent dot swinging dot value equals true, and then after the animation is done playing, we're gonna do script dot parent dot swing dot value equals false. So now what I just did, when I'm swinging the sword, meaning basically when the animation is playing, it's going to make this value equal true, making it so when and then what this thing does is checking to see if this value equals true before it damages someone. So now what I made it do is making it check if I'm actually swinging the sword before I do damage. So go ahead and press the play button, and then go into the workspace, and then equip your sword. So swing, make sure it's all working right. So the animation is all working fine. We're touching him, it's not doing any damage. So now let's try clicking him and doing damage. So it's doing damage to him, which is exactly what I want. And one more kill, and then haha, and then I killed him. So there we go. There's the sword, guys. That's all I have for you guys for this video. Hope you enjoyed and hope you learned something. Please thumbs up and subscribe. And if you have any questions about this tutorial, say something in the comments. Thank you guys for watching, and I'll see you next time.